It's a new week, professionals, and thank you so much for checking out my channel, Wildlife Coaching Solutions, you living intentionally, fearlessly for every day, where I offer simple solutions to savvy professionals to help them navigate through their personal, professional, and social life by offering relevant and actionable content based upon project management strategies. So this week's video, I am talking all about problems and problem solving, but maybe actually not getting involved in the problem right away. So this video is going to help you to move successfully through 2022 and 2023 by knowing and identifying what problems occur, whether you should invest in those problems, and how to invest in those problems in case they come up and they cannot be resolved immediately. So make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications because I got some great content coming up for you. But for now, let's get right into the video. One of the category of problems that you may face is complicated problems. And with complicated problems, this requires the attention of an expert, someone who has the background and information, the knowledge, the resources, and has dealt with this kind of problem before in the past. This is not something that you may be able to deal with on your own immediately, or you may not want to give that time investment to it because you know that there's someone who can help with that problem. With some of the other problems that you may face, there may be a cause and effect relationship. So you may believe that A happened, and if I do B, then C will occur. This is not the case with complex problems because your thought process may not be as evolved to know how to get to B or what resources you should be applying. But definitely an expert is going to be able to give you that information because they have been studying this type of information. They've been really focused on it, and they have applied these different kind of solutions in their life before for multiple or a variety of people, businesses, companies, and they know what strategy to take. So if you find yourself in a complex type of complicated type of position, then you know that you have to analyze the situation, look to who you can get support from, and then what actions you need to take. And then it's only after that that you can go ahead and respond to it. And of course, you're going to have to respond to it. And this is basically taking the information that the expert has given you, and then you can apply it to your day. And I'm not trying to say that you only need an expert in this. You can sit with your problem for an extended period of time to come up with these solutions and how to deal with them. But if you're looking for an immediate result for your problem, or I won't say immediate, but if you're looking for actionable steps to your problem that will lead you to your resolving solution, then you want to definitely seek out the expert advice, analyze it, and see how you can apply it to your life to solve the problem. So this is the first kind of category. This is one category, complicated problems. Another type of problems, and these are complex problems. So when you're thinking about a complex problem, think of so many different factors happening, variables, fixed factors, and these are things that are going to change the dynamic of your problem so rapidly that a solution that you may think will work may not work because of the changing nature of the world or the changing nature of the environment or the thing that is causing the problem. Like, for example, if you are in your professional setting and you are going to work, you're working successfully, you're doing the job, but then a merger happens and someone's coming in to buy in the company, a lot of different changes are going to happen with policies, with staffing, with management, and these are going to be so many complex changes. Or it can be smooth, but in some cases it may be very complex to know how to deal with this situation. Or you can look at this in environmental factors as well. If there are climate changes, or if there are changes to an environment that's just happening rapidly, this is a very complex issue, and your knowns or your ideas of how you would resolve it may not be applicable. And it requires you to be very experimental, like a scientist, looking for solutions that are going to work, but not only solutions that are going to work, solutions that are going to work and be sustainable. So complex problems will require you to, yes, think out the box, surround yourself with creative people, but it also requires you to watch and respond after you have been able to watch the situation, see how it's going to come out, what you applied, how long did it work, was it successful, and looking at these types of factors is going to help you to understand a complex issue by slowing it down, thinking about what works, what doesn't work. I applied a strategy here, it didn't work. You cannot be completely fixed in this situation until you find that something worked on a long scale. And if you're thinking about your personal, professional, or social life, a good time frame to give something to actually work is like 6 months. I know that may seem like a lot of time, but if you're becoming the type of person that can handle the problem that you're facing or dealing with the problem that you're facing, then you want to give it enough time for you to watch. And in very complex situation that may require more time, then a year investment can be to see if your problem is going to be resolved. And I want to really stress, just because of that time frame that you're watching the problem to see how it actually occurs or what changes happen, doesn't mean that you won't have solutions to deal with components of the problem, because we all know that a problem is really broken down. When you break it down, there are different things that are happening in other areas. It could be related to time management, it could be related to resources, it could be related to communication, it could be related to relationships. So giving yourself time to work on those little pieces will help to create the bigger result that you're looking for, which is really being able to solve a problem or knowing if it is time to actually get invested or involved with solving that problem. Another category that problems can fall into is chaotic problems. So in this case, no cause and effect relationship. You throw that completely out the window. Everything is moving very rapidly, and it's on a bigger scale as well. So when it comes to your the problems and the example that I gave, if you're in your professional or maybe if you're in your family life, chaotic problems are happening at a larger scale. So you can think through the situation that we went through in the past 2 years. That was a chaotic problem for a lot of people. And when it comes to chaotic problem, it's time for someone to step in. And this is when it requires leadership. So even if you're looking at a chaotic problem on the bigger scale, and because of the chaotic problem, it leads into your home life or your personal and professional or social life, then you're going to need leadership in order to make those time demanding decisions, recommendations, protocols, and know what to apply. But this requires the leadership, because there's going to be someone that people are looking to say, how can we overcome this situation? What can we do about it? And how do we approach it? But when it comes to understanding chaotic problems, you don't necessarily want to stall on your acting. You want to act immediately, because you want to be able to mediate that problem that is happening. So for example, if you are in the construction industry, or you're an architect and you're going ahead with your project of building a new unit or a multi-unit, and you have already secured the investments of the tenants, then you encounter an issue with resources or a stalled contract, then this is a problem that's going to be very chaotic, and especially because it's going to now affect the lives of all of those people who have made their investments. In that case, it's very important for the project manager or the project manager to take leadership and see what they can do and apply action right away, and apply it in an effective and hard way, so that you can be able to see what changes can happen and what is taking place. So when it comes to chaotic problems, avoid looking for solutions that you may have already used, because in most cases the problem has escalated to become a little bit too big. Make sure to check back on my channel, Professionals, where I'm going to speak about the last category of problems and why it is beneficial to know all of these categories, so that when you move forward in your personal and professional or social life, you'll be able to be better equipped to handle any problems that come your way. I'll see you soon, Professionals.